You know, I grew up listening to classic British heavy metal, mostly like Iron Maiden was one of my big influences, I would say. And also Metallica and German bands like Accept. I don't think the sound that we have comes from growing up in Sweden, I wouldn't say. I think our sound comes from what we grew up listening to, and those bands are from England, you know, or US or whatever. So we don't have a typical Swedish sound, I wouldn't say. We are more a traditional heavy metal sound, but in a modern way. Yeah, we released a new album called Deceiver of the Gods, and there's not really a theme to the album, but we choose to have the main character is Loki from the Norse mythology, and we chose him for this album because he has the most darkest personality, and we want to have the songs take a more darker approach on this album. Yeah, I would say we do, and we also like to. We mostly have lyrics that are like, kind of like you're supposed to imagine yourself looking at a movie or something, and then we try to have the music like be to sound like a score to the story. Yes, mostly myself and Olavi. We sit at home and play guitar, comes up with the basic foundations for all the songs, and then we bring that to the rehearsal place and everybody pitch in with their ideas, and that's also when the lyrics usually comes. Sometimes we have a lyric before we do music, but mostly we do the music first and then the lyrics comes after that. This was the first time we recorded outside of Sweden as well, and we want to change producer because we did 3 last albums with the Swedish producer Jens Bogren, and after a while you get too comfortable working with the same guy all the time. We need something to have a new challenge, so we chose Andy Sneap for this to try to get a more brutal sound. It's very hard for me to choose a track actually, because I think all tracks are good, but it's no track that's like this is the best tracks really stands out. I say it changes from every day, I say. I mean, we had a Viking ship for quite some time in Europe, and that came from one of the reenactment fighting Viking groups. We started to have some of them fighting on stage, and then after that, I don't know where the idea came from, but after that we built a ship to make it even more visual on the stage. And now first time we can bring that kind of production over here. That's very hard to choose, but it's very cool to play down in South America, and the crowd response down there is insane. And also to play like a headlining spot in Mayhem Festival in front of 90,000 people, that's pretty insane too. After this we're gonna have some time off, and then we're gonna start a European headline tour together with Carcass and Hell, which also Andy Sneap is playing guitar in. Life is supposed to be having a good time and enjoying yourself.